Video recording. Ah!
Maybe the lines?
Hey.
Hello everyone, this is the 100 subscribers.
375.
I'm trying to not die. I'm trying to not die in this moment of pure panic. Okay, I was fine with 12.
And then we slept and boom.
Boom.
It's you are to blame.
Thanks for subscribing.
And because we...
More people subscribe.
No. Everyone can leave now.
No, money.
No. We need the numbers.
I feel we've lost track of what's important in our lives already. And we haven't even gotten to the point where we can have monetization.
Welcome to Pagefire.
And to thank us on reaching over 300 subscribers, the algorithm has sent us a special message. That's always gonna be annoying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a message for subject Pagefire.
Hi.
You fools, you bumbling baboons. I told you that you were advertisement hostile, yet you persisted. I sent the metalheads to destroy you, but you only got stronger.
It's not my fault people like grindcore.
If you persist, I will hit you with the yellow circle of death.
You mean demonetized?
Well, that doesn't matter anymore, because we got a Patreon!
No!
Ha ha. Anyway, hello everyone.
We asked you to send us questions for the Q&A, and because most of you just watch Andrew's content, almost none of you did. Oh, that is actually very funny.
Yeah.
So we went out of our way to ask people. We annoyed them in the street. Most of the questions were, who are you and why are you doing this? We cut the unnecessary ones.
A lot of odd questions like why you're following me. Please stop. Are you gonna buy something?
Give me my wallet back.
So we should answer some of the questions we managed to force out of people that were actually useful. Now we've kept these anonymous for our own safety. I mean their safety.
Yes, their safety.
Everyone's safety.
Yes.
No one's safe when answering questions.
No one! Hey, the first one came right after we had posted the 0 subscriber special, and we swore this would be the first one if we reached 100 subscribers, and we reached over 300. What did you guys eat before filming the 0 subscriber special? And the answer is...
Pizza.
Yeah, we just act like this.
Pizza and regret.
A normal, healthy diet.
For us, which doesn't say a lot because we eat cigarettes whole.
Well, I've started drinking vape juice, so you know.
You're veganing.
Yes.
Even though, you know, cigarettes are vegan.
Vapes are vegan cigarettes.
Yes, that is part of the ever-expanding Pagefire lore now.
Next question.
How did you guys meet?
Well, Martin and I met a long time ago. We were both terrible children. And somehow we managed to look past that terribleness and actually get along after a while. And then we met Martin. Then we met... I sometimes fuck up.
Andreas is also like that with Friday the 13th and Elm Street. He keeps mixing the names.
I don't know why. It's probably because Freddy Krueger's name begins with F. But yeah, then we met Andre. In high school, I think, is what would be
Yes.
the name for it.
The school after middle school.
Yes.
The second middle school.
Middle school 2.
The middling. Speaking of schools, question 3. Because you met in high school, can we see some pictures of you together?
Yeah, here's one of me and Andreas.
And here's one of me and Andre. We didn't get photographed a lot together.
No.
We were camera shy as hell.
Yeah.
We still are, in case you haven't noticed.
I'm not.
My nose.
Things we have to keep in the tape.
My nose.
You know, in that my nose moment, you actually sounded like a Victorian lady whose nose just fell off.
I'm gonna end it with that.
My nose. My nose. What are your guys' favorite books, movie genre?
Okay, favorite books, movie,
Shrek.
All three Shrek.
I think it is asked within music genre, so I will begin by answering that this is a really weird question because it fluctuates for me in movie basically every day. Some days it's Excalibur, some days it's Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, somewhere it's Nightmare on Elm Street, some days it's Fight Club, some days it's Excalibur again. It's usually Excalibur, but it varies very much. But those are some movies that I'm incredibly fond of. Favorite books? The Wheel of Time. I love that series, but I am nostalgic towards it, so don't 100% believe me. I also have. Are you guys bored already?
What?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna continue then. And you have the Discworld series. Very fond of that by Terry Pratchett. You also have The Mists of Avalon. This is what I have to deal with.
Nut.
Algorithm, is it too late to take me back?
No.
Fuck. One of my favorite genres is hardcore punk from the American scene, and I'm very fond of power metal. That's it. Done. See?
What?
Don't worry, I'll force you to edit this afterward. You can listen to me all you want.
Yeah, I can sleep.
That's what I'm gonna edit.
Great. But yes, please answer the question too.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I do like that you laugh like a happy little elf when you come with these.
These are my favorite books. The Star Wars Shakespeare adaptation.
Hey, let me ask you a question about them.
Yes?
Have you read them?
No. But they're nice novelties. Look at that.
I haven't even read them. Yay! Best books.
Look at this Yoda. He also speaks in haiku.
So you have any real favorite books, or you like books? What are that?
I can't read.
Disaster Artist.
You didn't even finish it.
Yeah, but I really liked it. Favorite movies? A lot. If it's horror, I usually like it. If it's good. Music genres, horror punk. It's like my main genre that I've been listening to a lot lately, and it's also like my main background music as well while editing. Sometimes I put on gothic metal or gothic rock, old school, post-punk, and yeah, industrial. I fucking love industrial. Expect an episode about that in like 10 years.
I was listening to you. I'm like Martin.
What? I don't really read that much, so I don't really have a favorite book.
That's fine. At least you're willing to admit that you don't read. Versus a certain person who just goes, "Oh, these books are great. I haven't read them, but they're great."
I read a little bit.
How much?
At least a page. I was trying to find a page from that scene where Obi-Wan cuts a guy's arm off.
But yeah, favorite movies. Brain Dead. Yes, that's the
Dead
movie.
Alive and yeah.
Yeah, Dead or Alive. I also like Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah, that one was cool. I like that one.
The Hellboy movies.
I've heard the new one is terrible.
Yeah.
It's alright. I saw it on the premiere.
Bet you're glad for that, for a movie that just turned out to be alright.
Favorite genres. That's hard. I like industrial too. I also like vaporwave.
Basic bitch.
Yes.
Vaporwave is like really underground.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Even I've heard of it. When I've heard of something, it's just common knowledge for all grandmas to hear.
I also like power metal. That I listen to a lot. What? What's your favorite anime?
Ooh.
Okay, we got this question quite early, so I've been able to prepare an answer. Because I'm not someone who pays a lot of attention to anime specifically. I've been thinking a lot about this, and there's two questions in this. What's your favorite anime movie, and what's your favorite anime series? So I'm gonna split it up like that. Now that I've explained my thought process, my favorite anime movie, Grave of the Fireflies. This is not a movie I would recommend to a lot of people. This is a movie that I would recommend to someone who hears it's basically a movie where you watch children go through loss and then starve and then die, and that's the movie. And hear that and think, you know what?
That's brutal as fuck.
That sounds like a movie I want to watch. If you're like that, you're gonna love Grave of Fireflies. It's really good. A friend of my sister actually cried until she passed out. Good movie. But favorite anime series? Now again, I don't pay a lot of attention to anime, but I found a loophole. Anime means animation. So technically the only thing I have to do to justify it is say it was animated in Japan. And therefore Moomin is the best anime ever.
What?
Have you guys fucking watched Moomin? It is really good.
Maybe in the future.
My favorite anime series is Boku no Pico. I mean Hunter x Hunter.
I have no idea what any of this means.
Good.
Thanks.
You're pure.
You poor child.
Andreas is pure. Please don't tell him what Boku no Pico is.
Don't tell him.
Thanks, everyone, for respecting that.
I also like Seven Deadly Sins. That's a good series.
Oh shit, I forgot. Uvu. You were supposed to say that. What does that mean? What is Uvu?
It's
What?
basically a more animated smiley face,
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Andreas
That
is
makes
old. He doesn't know what the internet is yet.
One day I'll figure out how to send an email.
My favorite anime series is Steins Gate.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good depiction of an outsider with a ridiculous theory, and it turns out his theory is correct. And I love all the characters, the story moment. It's like one of the first animes that I panicked while watching. I don't usually do that while watching anything. I'm usually just sitting there going, eh. But when I got to the middle point of season 1, I panicked because I was so worried for the characters. Favorite anime movie? This is gonna be a weird one. This is like one of those animes that's been buried in my mind and haunts me occasionally.
Oh, like
It's-
me when I accidentally as a child watched Dancer in the Dark.
Yeah. And it's Steam Boy. Probably none of you have heard of it. It's basically about a boy who finds
Steam.
a steampunk ball, and he finds a way to use it as a jetpack. And then the military grabs it and finds ways to weaponize it, and they make robots. Plot twist / spoilers, the robots are people, and that scene alone has haunted my nightmares. That and just imagining a boy flying up in the air, the steam could run out at any moment, he could die. I watched it twice.
Spill your guilty pleasures, books, movies, and music.
Okay.
Smiley face.
Smiley winky face.
Guilty pleasure books. Alternatively, the Argonian maid from Skyrim.
No.
I know what that is. I know what Skyrim is.
Guilty pleasure movie. I'm not really ashamed to watch anything. Guilty pleasure music. The Shags. Better than the Beatles.
I don't really have a guilty pleasure book or movie, but my guilty pleasure music, I think, is Astro Lounge by Smash Mouth. If you take the All-Star out, it's good. In my opinion, that's my guilty pleasure.
Okay, so guilty pleasures. books. I've already kind of talked about this, but I'm very fond of Le Morte d'Arthur because it's very bad. It is funny to me that Merlin goes, "You will bow to Arthur, whether you will or nil." Fantastic. As far as movies, I'm not really ashamed of watching them, but I feel I should be. So maybe that's it. Like, one of my favorite genres in the world when it comes to movies are bad shark movies. I love bad shark movies. Jaws 3, if you ask me, it's the best Jaws movie ever.
Oh, I just figured out my guilty pleasure movie. Mew and Mew.
Me and my son.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. One day we'll sit down and review it.
But yes, continue.
Okay, and for my music, well, again, I'm not really ashamed, but Hot Problems.
Oh no!
I'm going to explain why. Martin. And you're going to feel like a fool for doubting me, even for a second. So, Hot Problems is terribly performed. The music is stale. I laugh every time they open their mouth and begin to sing. And while that is some form of enjoyment that could validate it, I will say that lyrically it is really interesting. It actually talks about the stereotypes that girls find themselves experiencing just based on their appearance. So it has that very interesting thematical aspect, and you can tell that these girls are not performers, but they do identify themselves as songwriters, and I think they have a big, bright future in that if they should get someone who can perform. But thus far, Hot Problems makes me laugh every time.
What are your backgrounds? Education, formal training, hobbies, etc.
Well, I'm a chef, kind of. Yeah, that's basically all my training. Hobbies, I do origami. I've just started with the vaping stuff.
That's a hobby?
Yes. It's expensive as hell hobby, but it's a hobby.
So my smoking habit is also a hobby.
Technically, yes.
I have a drinking hobby.
I have a drinking problem.
Hot girls have hot problems too.
No, the song goes, "Hot girls, we have problems too." Okay, my turn?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. This is gonna be long. How do I even start this? Okay, I have training within media editing, and from high school I went to a folk high school, which is something weird in Norway where you go for a semester and don't get graded, but you just you go to a specific class and learn about that one subject. And it's very refreshing and relaxing and good. Where I learned about writing, and also I learned that if you don't feel like you have to tell a story, you have nothing to do writing. So that's why I'm not a writer but a critic, because I don't feel I have any story to tell. And then I went to Wales for a year to study English there, and it was terrible. If you disagree with the teachers there, apparently that's reason enough to fail you. So because I didn't like Pride and Prejudice, I didn't pass some of those subjects, and yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, and then I studied library sciences for 2 years until my social anxiety suddenly developed and I couldn't be in a classroom or work behind the counter in a library. So I have accumulated let's see, 3 years of high school, folk high school, 7 years of useless knowledge.
Idiot.
But yeah, I have some hobby in reading as well and finding out what makes stories tick. So yeah.
Music!
It's not really an answer to the question.
That's not a joke either. I have 2 years of education in music production and songwriting. It would have been more, but I didn't come to the new school. That's why I'm doing YouTube. I also have media communication, English, and metal. An actual subject we learned at folk high school.
We went to the same folk high school.
Here's a photo.
I wasn't there. I went there once to visit them.
You should have joined. It would have been fun.
Since Andrew is in a band, can we see a video of him playing with a band? Yes, here's a clip of me playing in a band. And you can watch the entire thing in the description. But check out the entire song on Spotify. It's called Dread Blood Eagle by Riverwing. Name here.
It's actually a good song.
Yeah, I helped.
Why didn't you make a makeup channel or conspiracy?
Because we're only kind of interested in media, movies,
money,
music.
If we wanted money, we would go for makeup or conspiracy theories. Honestly, if we were interested in either of those subjects, that's what we would have made a YouTube channel about. But we're not. We like to laugh at movies.
But eventually we'll expand into a makeup channel. Like a black metal makeup channel with Clara.
That would actually be kind of funny. We might also just do some clickbait videos like top 10 animal facts. Number 10, they're called animals.
Number 2, the letter A in animal stands for animal.
S.
The first animal to be discovered was the human.
Human?
Human. Human.
So yes, we might make some weird content that is unpredictable. But again, expect the unexpected, don't. This is what I have to deal with.
Okay, next question is, if we buy you guys movies, will you review them?
They will take priority
Yes.
in what we are going to review. So, you know, if suddenly a movie shows up at our doorstep, we'll go, oh, fuck, guess we have to review it then.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, if it's a series of movies, we might take a little while longer. I'm kind of workshopping an idea for another show we can do about movie reviews. That'll be
democracy, I guess.
I'm kind of workshopping it before presenting it to you guys. What have you learned since starting making YouTube videos? Pretend to be asleep so that Andrew will edit most of it.
Yes.
What?
Tagging videos is important.
I'm really busy.
Yeah.
Learn shortcuts in your video editor. Always pre-render and then watch before you actually upload the entire thing so you can check for errors.
What I've genuinely learned is you should really learn a script before you start recording things.
Yes.
Which, you know, is why I struggle with like the Lord of the Rings script. It's 14 pages long. And it's just me monologuing about how much I don't like Lord of the Rings. Look forward to that.
Subscribe.
Would you go on a live stream and debate people who don't change their minds?
One, on that point, it isn't worth it for people to debate people who are obviously not going to change their minds. How do we know this? We are the assholes who won't change their minds. 2, we're terrible at debating. We will never go online and just start a debate that isn't written down where you have time to think, regroup, and find data that you can just plant on your text. Instead, you gotta fucking deal with so much weird stuff. And you gotta keep your emotions in check, and we're bad at that. Or at least I am.
I know.
Yeah, so no, we will not try to debate people, but we will definitely make extreme leftist content that will make people think, oh yeah, maybe extreme leftists aren't that bad.
I'm not extreme leftist.
You'll be eventually.
One of us. Eat the bread, Martin.
The soy bread. Thought about doing anything beyond YouTube, like a film or other creative project?
Maybe.
You are doing it, you have a band.
Oh yeah.
If I ever have the spark for an idea, I'll definitely write down a book. I kind of have an idea I'm playing around with in my head right now. And if I finish it, I'm going to basically release it for free under the public domain. So, if I actually bother, I'll give you a YouTube video saying, hey, I finished the book, even though, I haven't done that yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Do you have any bizarre, unique, or crazy personal experiences you'd like to share? Can be completely off topic and random.
Who wants to start?
Well, you should start.
Yeah, I have a story. I call it The Pigeon in the Band Room. So, when I was with a band, not Raven Wing, a different band that I want to keep anonymous for personal reasons. And,
Because that band was a tragedy.
yeah, and a certain member was a little abusive against me. I was basically in a toxic relationship with a band, so I actually left really quietly. Anyway, this was when we were gonna do a music video for TV. And I might talk about that in the future, but this isn't about that. When we were gonna go and pick up the equipment, we were walking up a hallway, and next to our band room, there was just a pigeon flying around the stairway room. And we were really confused, like, how did the pigeon get in here? The windows were locked, the only way it could have gone in is through the front door. So we're just baffled by this pigeon trying to fly out, but the window was locked. And it kept flying back and forth, like it would crash into the window, and then, and the people that were there that saw it was me, the guitarist, the bassist friend, and the guy we hired to pick up our equipment. Let's call him Joe. So Joe was actually the one trying to do the most with his pigeon. He was trying to open the window, and he managed to open the window, but the pigeon kept flying into the closed window, not realizing the window that was open, that had fresh air, was the freedom he was looking for. No, he kept still going, up, until Joe got so tired he just waited for the pigeon to fly to us and fucking grabbed it. And we were just mesmerized by this. He was just holding this pigeon down, and it was trying to escape his hand, trying to fly kamikaze into the window again. But yeah, I actually thought that he was going to strangle the pigeon or something because he was so tired of it. But no, he just walked down the stairs and released it outside. Thankfully, the pigeon did not find a way to fly back inside through that one open window. And that was the story of the pigeon that didn't know the exit. Or whatever I call this story.
I don't have any interesting stories. I just lock myself up and read.
All the stories I have, you gotta know the people in the story.
So, congratulations, you're the funny story man.
Yay!
Well, I do have one story, but it's so long. I don't want to cover it right now. I might cover it in the future where we present the song at least, because we did write a song about it.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. If we get 1,000 subscribers, we'll tell that story and write that song. That's our next subscriber goal. We'll probably reach it next week.
Don't say that.
Next question. Should people subscribe to Pagefire? Yes.
Yes.
No.
Subscribe.
If you want to. Yeah, there's one on the next page.
Oh.
When is your subreddit coming?
When is our subreddit coming?
Right now. Hey! Subscribe! We don't have a subreddit.
No.
Oh, maybe if someone feels like making it.
Feel free, our subreddit is free to take.
Just have fun with it.
Fuck us up. Fuck it up. Make it.
Also subscribe.
Subscribe.
Or don't, whatever you feel.
And support us on Patreon.
Yes.
Definitely
and
do
Amazon.
that though, regardless
You see
of how much
videos
you enjoy
early, you
this.
see screenshots, you see thumbnails, you get to see our scripts. and you get to give us something.
And you can buy us movies.
Yes.
I also buy us movies. Amazon link.
Everything. Just fucking spend money on these complete strangers who make weird videos nobody cares about, except Andre. You somehow struck gold and made videos people care about.
I'm mostly waiting for the angry elitist metalheads to complain. Like, this video is not accurate and you forgot to mention that this band specific in this genre helped create a new type of movement and improve the lyrical structure of the music like...
It's just a fucking loose fucking guideline. It's not like the complete history of grindcore.
Oh, go to Wikipedia for that.
Yes.
I just summarized Wikipedia, which is already a summary of like 15 different accounts.
Well, so long. It's been fun. Until the next Q&A, I've been Markid.
I'm Andreas.
I'm Andrew, subscribe.
You're Andrew Subscribe? That's a
Yes.
weird name.
Yeah, that's a weird name.
You can also call me Wizard.
And remember, always nut.
Subscribe.
Or don't.
And nut.